Mike's Daily Podcast.
Do you know, it's interesting how we know so little about each other. There's this guy that I work with,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
that I found out he went to high school with Bruce Hornsby. What? You're saying, who the heck is Bruce Hornsby? Who could that be? Well, if you didn't grow up in the 80s, you don't know who he is. But listen to me, men and ladies. He is awesome. Bruce Hornsby, one of the best piano players and singer-songwriters.
Mike's Daily Podcast
Had a huge influence on me. I loved his stuff so much. I've got a couple of his albums, and
Mike's
apparently
Daily
this guy I work with,
Podcast,
and I've worked with him now for like 5 years.
yeah!
He went to high school with them, and Bruce Hornsby's very tall and cool. So I got to get the scoop. I don't know everything about him. I'm going to ask him all kinds of questions because I got to know. My favorite Bruce Hornsby album is Hot House. Oh, gosh. It's got Jesse Garcia on it. Yes, the late Jesse Garcia. Did I say Jesse Garcia? Jerry Garcia. Who the hell's Jesse Garcia? Okay, I now have to look up who Jesse Garcia is. He's probably a famous person, and I'm, for some reason. Anyway, Jesse Garcia is an American actor. Known for his roles in the Avengers. Okay. Very good, Jesse. You're welcome to be on the podcast anytime, but he is alive. Jesse Garcia. Looks like he was born in 1982, speaking of the 80s. But yes, I had to tell you that what I'm starting off this podcast saying is we know so little about each other. We don't ask questions. We don't talk about things that are important. We just do the weather, the sports, whatever. And it's not like there's so much more there that we should get to know each other with, asking questions like that.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Questions, get the answers. The podcast picture is of something recent that I experienced in life, in a thing in Podcastro Valley, and it is going to be something that I'm not fishing for right now. It's something right in front of me, pertinent, that I will post a podcast picture about. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Rocky the cat is here. Rocky the cat is hanging out with us now. He's on my lap here at Café Anyway. Oh, he just smacked the microphone. Here, if for all of you watching on Facebook, the late great Basil the Boxer would not like this right now. He'd be barking at you, Rocky. They did not meet. But here is here he's on camera real quick. Facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast. Well, I heard some interesting things today about Mark Zuckerberg and about how there was some news about Hunter Biden that he labeled as Russia disinformation. And now a lot of people on the right side of things, on the right-wing side, let's just say, the right-wing side are like, oh my gosh, he held back information. He called it disinformation. So just wow, it's unlike anybody else in this world that calls everything else fake news. But whatever, there was this particular candidate on the right-wing side that called things fake news. I think Rocky is on the right wing. Rocky is right-wing because he's smacking the microphone saying, Mike, no, don't say those things. I just find it interesting. People on the right screaming about fake news. About Mark Zuckerberg, fake news.
Is that why you're bald, Mike?
Fake news? Is that why I'm bald? I don't know. I try and be true. I try and be real. I try and talk about the things. It's like I'm holding the truth stick. Isn't there a thing when you hold the truth stick, you got to tell the truth? It's like, I don't know. I saw it in an episode of Happy Days once or something. And that's why we'll have a podcast picture from Lake Chabot. That's what I'm truthfully telling you now. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Or maybe it'll be a picture of Rocky. We'll see. But the point is that I find it fascinating when people are complaining about these things, about disinformation. And yes, okay, that's wrong. That's wrong for Mark Zuckerberg to have his hand on the news and manipulating it. So I agree with that, but it's interesting.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
The danger I see is that they're trying to say, oh, here's another reason why Trump should have won the election in 2020. But wasn't there Russian disinformation happening in 2016 that led to Trump winning then? So I don't know. I don't know. Café Anyway. Oh, so we had this fascinating podcast. The last one, it was called Brothers, because we were talking about the Kelsey brothers making all that money, laughing all the way to the bank. As you probably heard, they got that nice big fat deal with the fine people over there at Amazon. I don't know if they're fine people. But it is a tech company, and it is rather huge. And in the world of tech, it appears that states where working in STEM pays the most. California ranks top with those STEM type. The average salary is $124,937 based on the average wage of all jobs included in this study that was done.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
By the people there at Mr. Microphone. Conducted by Cytena, Cytena, analyzed Glassdoor data on average salaries. Glassdoor, the website used for people trying to get a job. For over 75 jobs within science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. Now, I wish there was some other way we could rearrange those letters. Whenever I hear STEM, I'm thinking of a stem on a plant, on a tree. And I just always get caught up on, is this tree? Why are we talking about trees? As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in PodCastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Meritopia with all these trees all around us. And Washington comes in second with an average salary for STEM jobs just a little bit shy of California at $123,954. So, but we're in California
Anyway.
at Café Anyway, in the land of Meritopia. This is episode 2902, 2902. Similar to California, the highest paying jobs within the state are anesthesiologists, who can earn up to $314,500 per year. $314,500. There we go. And neurologists, who can earn up to $284,500 per year. And then there are the orthopedic surgeons, who can earn $275,500 per year. And third in the ranking of STEM jobs that pay the most is New York, with an average annual salary of $114,437. And once again, neurologists, anesthesiologists, cardiologists that got the biggest paychecks. Further down the list is Nevada at fourth. And let's see, at the bottom of the list of 10 is Connecticut. But there's also Colorado, Hawaii, Idaho, Massachusetts, Maryland in there as well. And they said STEM professionals are widely...
Mike is awesome.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and that's Rob Black. And usually I bring you info that he has found for his show. He is on Cron TV Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. He is on AM 1220 KDOW radio Monday through Friday in the 8 o'clock hour. But it says here that STEM professionals are widely renowned for being highly remunerative positions. However, individuals who dream of pursuing them must go through many years of studies and various career steps before reaching their goals. Ha! often including a dream salary that can provide for a comfortable lifestyle. Hey, it looks like we got one person watching on the Facebook page. What? Really? Because we're doing this live on facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast. So I hope they're not bored to death with what I'm talking about here with all this job. Now, I'm not doing a STEM job, but such STEM jobs that are included under STEM, under those tree jobs: aerospace engineer, astronomer, audiologist. Hey, aren't I an audiologist? I'm dealing with audio. Biochemists, biophysicists, bioengineers, biologists, basically anything with bio in the front.
It's a trap!
That's what it is. You're trapped into the STEM world. Also, biomedical engineer. There are cardiologists, chemical engineers, civil engineers, computer hardware engineers. Can you tell I'm going alphabetically? Dentists are also included in there. Food scientists. Rocky's about to leave. He's getting off my lap. He sees these birds. Don't kill a bird. Don't kill a bird. That's like telling a cat to don't kill a bird. I mean, it's like telling a gamer not to play a video game. Oh, video game designer's on here too. And web developer. All right. So let's see. What is this? I have an email here that says Atlas Obscura. The New York Times bestseller, Atlas Obscura Wildlife, an explorer's guide to the world's living wonders. Talking about natural wonders. Oh, I guess it started with a book called Atlas Obscura, but now there's this new one. It says here there are about 30 places around the world where the sand sings, each with its own unique tune. There's a mushroom that appears to ooze blood. Yikes.
Makes music.
Hey there, little mushroom, don't you ooze some blood. That would be disgusting. I don't need that crud. That's a little song for you. Sprouted from the seeds taken on Apollo 14. Speaking of trees, there are moon trees that can be found around the U.S. The driest place on Earth? What could it be? I'm going to tell you, after I stop talking this loudly and annoyingly, is not a hot spot, but a cold one. Could they be talking about Antarctica? I think so. A 200-pound bovine went nearly 7 million years undetected. Okay. That would probably be a dead bovine. Fossil, it sounds like. Singapore is the world's greenest city, home to almost 3 million roadside trees. There's a mosquito specially adapted to the London Underground. I might. Seeing that mosquito, I went Australian all of a sudden. The Cockney accent is kind of difficult to do. You try to do the Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins. That's about as close as us Americans can get. One of the hottest places on Earth, speaking of America, is in Death Valley, Nevada, and it is home to the Devil's Hole pupfish. It's a creature so rare, it's found in just one place in the entire world. No, not on the Wookiee planet. A cubicle-sized portion of a pool, and it is called the Devil's Hole. And I had forgotten the name of Chewbacca's planet. It is Kashyyyk with 3 Y's. What the heck? Okay. He's 7 feet 5 inches. Okay. Chewbacca. In one of the world's most beautiful libraries, pest control is left to the true experts, and that is bats. Interesting. The world is home to some really fantastic insects, from the exploding ants of Southeast Asia to Australia's incredibly rare giant Gippsland earthworms, to the paper wasps of Vietnam and the orchid bees of South and Central North America. Bugs, everyone, bugs. Is it bugging you? Are we almost done with this fantastic list? Sub-Saharan Africa is home to a bird that has guided people to honey for maybe millions of years. And wood mice are the only animals, other than humans, known to construct signposts. Fascinating stuff. Joshua Foer and Cara Giamo. Oh, are we laughing at Italian names now? All right. Cara writes for the New York Times and Nautilus, as well as others. Let's see. They have written this guide to fantastic flora and fauna. And that's from that book there, and they sent me an email. So thank you for that bit of knowledge. I hope I helped out people with their boring lives to realize that life is so much more fascinating. And there's so much going on that we don't know behind the scenes. It's just the person that you're talking to, maybe the one that you were talking to 5 minutes ago before you started listening to this podcast. There's probably a lot of fascinating things you don't know about them that maybe someday they'll open up about something and you'll be like, oh, wow. Or maybe it'll be TMI and you'll wish that they never opened up. I don't know how it goes with some people, but that's how it is. Hey, look who's outside a Café Anyway somewhere in podCastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. Hello, my Matthew, this is Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I heard Chewbacca would stop by a little earlier, Mike Matthew. Yes, they did. Oh, wow, there's 2 people watching right now. What in the deck, Kevins?
What was that all about?
I was trying to say, what in the Dickens? Because I was reminiscing about some great Charles Dickens novels. Many of them huge and would take me way too long to read, and I can't at this point because I'm podcasting. But thank you oh so much, Chely, for the amazing snow globes that you bring us. That's right, Mike Matthews. A lot of them I got from the planet Kashyyyk with 3 Ys. 3 Ys. Why? 3 times. That's a lot of Ys. Mike Matthews, my snow globes are not eggs. They aren't eggs. They aren't eggs that will hatch Wookiees. No. They are eggs. They are not eggs. They are snow globes. What? Even though when you break the snow globe open, you get yolk. I don't get it. It's amazing. What we have here is Café Anyways, gift shop supervisor, Chely Shoehart. Thank you, Chely. Mike Matthews, I think the 2 people watching right now, they're a little bit perplexed.
Hi there, Mike. How are you?
Oh, thank you. It's good to talk to you as well. All right. All these other people stopping by. Look who's here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, all that stuff was really good. Whatever happened to James Blunt? James Blunt. Yes. You're beautiful. It's true. And he got really mad at Weird Al Yankovic when he did a song called You're Pitiful. He said, well, how dare you cover my utterly beautiful song that has made me so much money? How dare you? But he had an interesting backstory. I think he was British. He was a soldier, had fought in the Bosnian Wars or something. I forget now. But I'm not going to remember every single thing when I got 2 people watching me live on the Facebook. So I've got to say thank you to Mark Zuckerberg for not editing me and not calling me disinformation. I might be disinterested.
What is the matter with you?
Disinterested formation is what might be the matter with me. But you know what? People can call me, and here's the number that they can call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
That phone number just played and my headphones did not play on the video that's live right now, so people might have been slightly confused watching. But this is an audio podcast, and like all things, that are audio-based. As soon as you introduce a camera, everything gets messed up and blown to bits, and it gets confusing because am I talking to the listener or am I talking to the viewer? In this case, for the most part, I'm talking to the listener. So what I'm saying is, thank you for listening to the show. And for all things Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame with all things Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Go away, Hal. Here is A-Frame.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!